Okay, this video is going to be about taking your startup, your business, your idea, your entrepreneurship from playing checkers to playing chess. Okay, another day of weeding. Trying to get control of the property we've been given the privilege to steward up here in the Noosa hinterland. And in my previous video, you would have listened to me talking about bootstrapping and shoestring budgets. Yeah, bootstrapping and shoestring budgets. Yeah. Today, I want to encourage you and talk to you all about moving your enterprise. Oh, look at that, a bit of cloud seeding. Classic. Looks like we're going to have rain tomorrow, boys. So today we're talking about moving from checkers to chess. Sometimes you've got to start with checkers, yeah, move at a time, addition here, subtraction there, one move here, opponent takes a move, you take a move. It's effective, it's a game, yeah, you're in the game, but ain't chess, yeah. Chess, you got all these different pieces, more strategy, you have to think ahead, you have to protect pieces that are valuable for later, perhaps. And we're going to talk about playing chess in the game of life and in the game of business, in the game of impact and influence, yeah. And I'm going to relate it to my weeding expeditions today, where I've pulled out, I'm pretty sure, this little species of fern, which we've got about a gazillion of, and I'll tell you why we've got a gazillion of them. I think they're called fishbone ferns. I will do some botanical clarification of that a little bit later in the clip, so just bear with me for that. But these are valuable to some people. Not to me, because we've got too many of them. I'm trying to clear some of our property so I can put some other things in. But at the very least, these things are going to be the object lesson for today on talking about taking your startup, your business, your idea, your impact, your influence from checkers to chess. Okay, so lo and behold, if you don't already know, on the back of this, fern, I don't know if you can see this, but let me try and put that up real close. Can you see on the back of that? I don't know if this is going to focus. So again, I'll maybe do this a bit later, but right up there on each and every little, whatever you call a fern, frond or something like that, let me count them. There's about 18 spores. So on each single little fern frond here of one fern stem from about a gazillion on my property. So gazillion times how many fern fronds are on this fern? Probably 200. And on every 200 fern frondy thing is about, what did I say before? Somewhere between 12 to 20 spores. Mate, each spore can create a new plant. This is the definition of exponential, yeah? This is the definition of chess. This is the definition of multiplication. And to take your endeavour, your entrepreneurship, your faith, your influence and impact, your startup, to take it from checkers to chess, it's the difference between addition and multiplication. Yeah, you've done the old doubling experiment, haven't you? So 1, double 1, 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256. What is the next one? 512, 256, 512 is it? Yeah, 512, 1024, 2048, etc. You keep going. You multiply that about 32 times and type in the answer in the comments if you know. If you double 1 32 times, yeah, what do you end up with? Put it in the comments. Flipping a lot, mate. More than addition, more than 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, yeah, do that 32 times, you get 32. You double one 32 times. Woohoo! What a difference. Man, taking your life, taking your endeavour, taking your startup from checkers to chess, dude, it's like spores, baby. It's like spores. And that's why 2 videos ago, when I was talking about, you know, the best move, the first move you should do when you're starting any startup is hire someone, replicate yourself, grow that if you can, and if you can't, okay, last video, bootstrap, shoestrings, great. But once you can get out of the cycle of just add, day after day after day, and you can go to multiplication, you can move from checkers to chess, from addition to multiplication, it takes me all the way back to Genesis 1. When God creates, yeah? God creates on the 6 days of creation, seventh day has a smoko, takes a day off. Yep. Sat back and beheld, everything was good, and then we made humanity, it was very good. But during those days of creation, why don't you go back and read Genesis chapter 1 for yourself, and there's a couple of classic verses, a couple of classic words, translated from the ancient languages of the world into the English word of what we have, swarm. Yeah, swarm. Look at the old King James. The birds of the air swarming. Fish of the sea swarming. Has a sense of multiplication, yeah? First thing God's telling Adam and Eve, go forth and multiply. Not add, multiply. Fill the earth. Multiplication, mate. Checkers to chess. I want to encourage you, when you're planting something, yeah, when you're starting something in your startup, think multiplication. Think multiplication. Addition, you might start with checkers. I'm not knocking that. Hey, I've played checkers in life. I've been, played checkers in business. You one client at a time. Some things aren't repeat business. If you're selling furniture or products or services, sometimes it's a one-hit wonder, and it's one transaction and that's it. But if you can, and that's okay. Look, you get started, all right. You get started. Sometimes you won't do a repeat business, but you'll get word of mouth, transfer, multiplication, growth that way. One referral from a transaction. So in that way, it's multiplication. Work's being done on your behalf without you having to do it, because your business activity, your life activity speaks for itself and goes further. It reverberates. It rings out. Like ripple effect. Brilliant. But if you can build into anything you put your hand to, if you can build in the seed where it replicates itself and it spores, now you're going to be playing chess. Now you're going to be playing chess. Now you're going to have your competition on the back foot, and they'll be scrambling, thinking, "What's he got up his sleeve? What's he got up his sleeve? What's he doing?" This guy's playing chess, mate. He's not just playing checkers. He hasn't just got a board full of pawns. He's got a queen. He's got castles and flipping the horsey characters and the rooks and all that. Woo wee! Hey, what do I do against this guy? Yeah. So in your business activity or startup, whether it's goods and services or ideas, education, information, whatever it is, if you can be adding in to it what you're offering, something that can self-replicate, something that has within it its own seeds and spores to keep on going. Again, back to Genesis, yeah? Things could replicate and multiply after their kind. Adam and Eve were given every good fruit, herb, and things that contain seeds that could replicate. Mate, Did you know most of our seeds today are genetically modified to be single-use seeds? Tell me what companies have done that, eh? Mate, that's dodge. That is dodge, mate. I come from a land down under. Oh boy, where the seeds glow and the plants thunder. Mate, my parents and all the other good old wogs in our part of Melbourne where we grew up, they've been swapping seeds. They've been swapping seeds that self-replicate for the last 30, 40 years, mate. Forget this single-use seed rubbish. They've been swapping and regrowing exponentially close to 40 years. Mate, that's the definition of chess, man. That's the definition of multiplication, exponential growth. Well, you know, for instance, my parents, mate, they'll let some of their vegetables, they won't consume them all, yeah? Bread to eat, seed to sow, vegetables to eat, vegetables to sow. They'll let some go all the way past their picking stage. They'll let them go all the way past until they flower, until they get to the seed stage. And then they'll just pick, like this fern frond, they'll just pick one plant, flip and shake out all the seeds, right? And one plant will have like 1,000 seeds. And each of those little tiny seeds, like pieces of fluff, creates a whole new plant. Of which, if any one of those new plants, you let them go, don't consume everything. There's another lesson today. Don't consume everything. You always hear about businesses that don't consume everything they earn. They kind of throw it back into business. Yeah, they throw it back into business. They don't pay themselves. They throw it back into business. You might need to do that. That's what takes you from checkers to chess. You throw some of it back in because it reseeds. Yeah? Hey, can I encourage you today? Moving from checkers to chess. Yeah? From checkers to chess. Do not consume all of what you earn. Don't consume it all. Leave some to go to seed. There's a kicker. Look, I'm going to come back. I'm going to go off to a nursery, check out exactly what species of fern this is. Yes. I'll come back a bit later with a few more thoughts, but checkers to chess. Yeah? Stay tuned. Right, we're back in the shed after a big long day with the fishbone ferns, which have the actual botanical name of Nephropolis cordifolia. So there you go. And yes, the spores on the back are one of the ways that it replicates. The other way is obviously from within the root system under the ground. But look, this video was all about my fishbone ferns, the spores that are on the back, the unmodified seeds of my mother and father and all the wogs down in Melbourne that have been sharing and recycling the most beautiful fruits and vegetables and crops for 30, 40 years. So I would love you to go in that same vein, addition to multiplication, from single-use transactions to creating multiple impact, multiple influence, ripple effect. I would love that to be your reality. I get it. We start playing checkers sometimes, but if you can just shift from checkers to chess, from addition to multiplication, yeah? Like I said earlier in the video, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, do that 32 times, get 32. But if 1 turns to 2 and 2 turns to 4 and 4 turns to 8, if you do that 32 times, you get up to, did anyone work that out? Anyone write in the comments? Well, I'll let you know. You pretty much reach 4.3 billion. 4.3 billion from 32 doubles, starting with 1. So addition to multiplication, there's no real fair game there, is there? So multiply, multiply, multiply. Okay, go forth and multiply. Fill the earth, yeah, with your goods and services and products.
That's my hope and my dream for you. Don't eat all your seed, yeah? Don't eat all of your crop. Reinvest some of it, yeah? Even if it's just one transaction from a batch, even if it's just one plant that has the seed capability. Shake all the seeds out, boom, tip it back in so that you can get that exponential effect. Look, if you've got value from this video, fantastic. Like, subscribe, share this with someone you think needs to hear this as well. And over here, I got a whole bunch of other videos, yeah? Bit of a wiggle point. Click on one. Wake up, Jeff. Go. Get into it. All right. See you in the next video.